All right, how's everybody doing tonight? Awesome, awesome. Give yourselves a round of applause for this awesome school, New Gardens Front School. Give yourselves a round of applause for today. I am particularly excited to be here on tonight. New Gardens Front School. What a name. A name that you all have definitely lived up to. I've been able to speak and interact with a lot of the faculty and the staff here, as well as a lot of the students. And I've been able to interact with them and answer questions, something that I love to do. And let me tell you, I have felt the warmth from each and every one of you's heart. I've felt accepted, and that's something that's very important in today's society, in this community. So I just want to say thank you again for inviting me on today, on Peace Day. Peace Day. In preparation for tonight, I asked myself a couple questions. Of course, what is this thing called peace? We have a day, we're putting aside a night to celebrate. We had wonderful food, a lot of social interaction with each other. But what is this thing called peace? It's something that obviously warrants itself for a day that we are to take out to observe. But what is this thing called peace? And how do I implement it within my life? And how can I spread it to each and every person that I come in contact with? These are the questions that I face. And I would suggest and I would advise that you all ask yourselves that same question. What is peace for you? How can you incorporate it within your life? And how can you spread it to each and every person that you encounter? You know, over the years, I've spoken to many people, spoken to many audiences, and I've come to learn many things. One thing that's very important, especially for tonight, that I've learned is that deep down, people truly do want peace. People want peace. They have a desire, a great desire for peace. Now it can come in many forms, whether it's peace with themselves, whether it's peace with others. It can be peace amongst the nations. It can be peace with their sisters and brothers. I've come to realize that people truly want peace. But what is this thing called peace? And how do we sustain it? That is the most important thing. And that is the answer that we must come to understand, to know. Albert Einstein, we've already been throwing out a couple of quotes from various people, but Albert Einstein, he said this, that peace cannot be kept by force. Peace can be achieved through understanding. Peace cannot be kept by force, but peace can be achieved by understanding. That I found to be very profound and full of truth, because it is the understanding of each other's cultures. Even as like tonight, we've had a wonderful meal, and we're all able to sit down and commune with each other and eat foods from various cultures. It is the understanding of each other's cultures, our similarities, our differences, that's going to be very important, and it's going to set us on the right track to peace and how to sustain it. I agree with Albert Einstein and so many people who have worked in their field, worked in our community, have traveled the world to do just that, to sustain peace, to keep the peace. I agree that it comes through understanding. Would you all agree? Yes, awesome. I love feedback, so yes, but understanding is very important. You know, 26 years ago, we've already kind of went through this, but I just want to give you a piece of my life and how it is that I understand what peace is. 26 years ago, I came into this world. Now, I often joke with my sisters, I'm 1 out of 5 young girls, and I often joke with them, I said, hey, that was the best day of mom and dad's life. Heck, that was the best day ever in history. 26 years ago, on July 29th, I was born. But doctors at the time, they were very astonished, but they were very concerned. As a matter of fact, a lot of them didn't have hope for me. I was born with dysplasia dwarfism, and that actually stunted my growth to be 2 feet tall. Now that I stand at 2 feet tall. And I was also born with a severe case of scoliosis. Now picture this. Of course, you know, your spine, it helps you to sit up. It helps you to, it just interacts with everything in your body so that you can have great posture. And the ideal thing is for your spine to be straight. Well, my spine actually curves, and it forms the shape of a question mark, okay? And because of that, doctors believed that I would not live past the age of 6. As a matter of fact, they told my mother that, hey, she's not going to live, she's not going to be able to breathe, she's not going to be able to speak, she's not going to be able to walk, she's not going to be able to do anything. As a matter of fact, a lot of people counted me out. They counted me out and believed that I wouldn't be able to live a fulfilling life. But I grew up with the mentality that I could do anything that I wanted to. I decided to live each and every day with confidence. I decided to live each and every day to the fullest. One thing that was very important to me was to make a lot of friends. I knew that when I would go to school, people automatically, from even when I was in elementary school, once they was able to see me, they would automatically cast judgment or come up with their own ideas of what it was that I could do, what it was that I couldn't do, whether I would be enough to hang with them or to socialize with them. I knew that those things would be an issue. So I decided to change my frame of thought from an early age. I said, look, if I have confidence within myself, if I come to terms with myself and what and how God has made me, and if I keep that inner peace within me, I can do something major to change this world. So I decided to live each and every day with that mentality. And I did that, and by the grace of God, I'm so excited that, you know, I've gained a lot of friends. As a matter of fact, I was popular all throughout elementary, middle, and high school. But it was when I was able to see other people with disabilities and how they were bullied and how they were treated that I had to step back and say, whoa, just because I'm an extrovert, because I'm naturally an extrovert, I love to socialize, I love to speak, just because I'm naturally like that, why should someone else who looks differently, who acts differently, who dresses differently, why should they have to be subject to bullying? Why should they have to feel like they can't make it in life? And I started to look at that and say, wait, I could be a voice. Little old me, 2 feet, I could be a voice. My mother always jokes with me because I'm one of the most argumentative person or people in the house. I will argue you about anything. And I knew that I would be that type of voice to help not only people who look differently, but to help with advocating for people who have disabilities, to help to shed light on the cruelties of this world, of non-acceptance, and to show how we can overcome that, how we can instill peace amongst ourselves. And so I was so excited that I was able to go to college because that was another thing. I set goals for myself, I dreamed big, but for some reason, I still had doubters. I still had people who said, well, there's no way. I mean, she went through school, that's fine, but there's no way she's going to go to college. Why? Because she has a wheelchair. And everything may not be conducive to where she needs to go, or it may not be suitable for what she needs to do or what she's going to have to accomplish in order to pass a class, or what have you. But I stood there and I said, well, if I've gotten this far, I know that if I have determination, if I am determined, and if I believe in myself, that I can do anything that I put my mind to. So I didn't have money to go to college. I had scholarships for undergrad, but because of my disability, I would need an assistant to be with me. And can you imagine that? I graduated with a 4.0, and yet I was being told that I couldn't go to college. Why? Because I didn't have the finances needed to do so. But I didn't let that stop me. I did not let that stop me. I decided to start painting. And as you see down on in the front of the stage, I started painting. And I started painting huge pieces so that people could see, hey, even though I'm 2 feet tall, even though I'm in a wheelchair, I can accomplish something huge. One of my latest pieces is actually 6 feet tall by 4 feet. And when people look at it and look at me, they're astonished. But I decided to paint and to show people, put my feelings out on a canvas and make something beautiful. And I was able to raise money by selling my paintings to go to college. I was able to go on to law school because I knew that I would be that voice, like I said. I would be that voice for people who didn't have a voice, who did not have a voice because they believed that maybe, hey, where I come from, what I look like, I'm not going to be able to do anything. But I was very, very determined. Now, really quick, by a show of hands, how many people have ever felt like they wanted to do something in life? I hope so. I mean, we don't want a lot of slackers. How many people have ever felt like you wanted to be something in life, but maybe you couldn't? You didn't have, the confidence. It happens to all of us, and I know how you feel. Because even though I had determination, I did have a lot of days that I was kind of down and started second-guessing myself. How many high schoolers are out here right now? Raise your hand high, let me see it. Middle school? Elementary? There we go, the young ones. Awesome, awesome. If I could impart anything into you today on Peace Day, it would be this, that not only can you do whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it is that you put your mind to, because let me tell you, it's going to take hard work and determination. If you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, singer, of course you got to practice, and you've got to put in the time and the energy, but you can do it. But I also want to challenge you to do something. I want to challenge you to look to your neighbor on the right, to look to your neighbor on the left, and notice how different they look. They might have a different hairstyle, different hair color. They may be wearing something different, right? We all have our different styles, our funky styles and hairstyles. It's what makes us unique that's important. And I want to challenge you to say that, hey, in order to do my part, to spread the peace, I'm going to reach out to my brother or my sister that I normally would not talk to, that may not be in my clique at school, that doesn't sit at my particular lunch table. And you're going to go over to whoever it is, and you're going to make a vow in your head that, hey, I'm going to see how this person is. I want to be able to communicate with them and make a friendship. Just think about it. If we all look the same, of course, face it, we're all different. Like I said, we come in different sizes, we look different. But can you imagine a world in which we were all the same? How boring would that be? We would be like zombies, just everybody looking the same, saying the same thing, coming from the same place. How boring would that be? But I'm so thankful that our world is filled with differences. We all look differently. We all act differently. We have different talents and gifts, and we're able to share it with one another. Talk to that person and see what it is and how you all can establish a friendship. You may be able to do something that the other person isn't able to do, and you may be able to help them with something. You never know what that person is going through. So it's important because not only do you want to help instill peace, but friendships. That's what the school is about. Friends, making friends, no matter who you are. So if you take that with you wherever you go, whether you're moving on to college, whether you're moving to the next grade, make a vow that, hey, I'm going to make as many friends as possible. I'm going to change this world one step at a time, even if it's just me. I'm going to make a difference in someone else's life. And let me tell you something. You're going to go away from that conversation, that friendship, and you're going to think back on, hey, wow, I was able to do it. And I was able to go outside of my comfort zone. And I was able to make a friend. and they may be even lifelong friends. And you're going to be able to cherish that time that you were able to learn from them. They were able to learn from you. That's what this world is all about. Peace. Everybody, can we say peace? Peace. Can you all hold up a peace sign, please? It's that peace right there that's going to help to bring us all together. It's going to prevent violence. It's going to have, you're going to have a shoulder to lean on so that you won't feel alone. It's very important. And I know, and I'm very confident in all of you, as well as in all of the young people in America, that we can overcome violence, we can overcome our differences, and we can show peace. And we can be the peace that we need so that all nations, so that all countries, so that all people, no matter where we come from, can love one another. We can work with one another to make this place a better place. We gotta make this place a better place. So, again, I wanna thank each and every one of you. And let me tell you that it doesn't matter where you come from, what you know, what you don't know. You're able to learn, and you're able to do what it is. You all have purpose. You all have a purpose that you need to fulfill. And if you just put your mind to it, find out that purpose, and associate with everyone that you can, and be that kind spirit, that kind heart that everyone needs to encounter, you all can not only leave peace behind, but you can give peace. You can give peace. You can give peace. And that's what I intend to do. So I thank you all again for today, and I'm super excited to fellowship with you all and for the rest of the events for today. Let's be the peace. All right? Right?
Yeah.
You do? Okay. What did you think about Peace Day?
It's a really good thing for us to do. I mean, it really shows how close to the community we are, and it shows that we can all come together for one day and really be a family with each other.
And what did you think about the speech?
It was good. It was really good.
It really spoke to me when you started talking about how you shouldn't have limits on your dreams, and you should go out and do whatever, no matter what you are, who you are, it doesn't matter.
Thank you very much. Awesome. Yes.
I thought it was extremely motivational and inspiring, and I think the message was incredibly good. I think the audience was extremely receptive, and I think everybody was very impressed with all that Monique has accomplished and her message to the kids and to the adults alike for peace, and also for just the simple act of living among ourselves, with our neighbors, and it was a wonderful, wonderful evening, very inspirational, and I'm very happy I was here to see part of this. Thank you.
Thank you. You can get your hold of this peace sign.
You can get that.
Oh, we're from South Korea. Yes, and even though we're not good in English, but we understand everything what you say, and then it really moved us, and then really encouraged me. Like, we're from Korea, and then here's America is really different, but that is really saying what you're saying, and then really, yeah, it was great, fantastic. We love you. I was inspired. Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah.
Awesome. Peace signs, everybody.
Peace
signs. Awesome. All right. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
What about inspiration and adversity even better, because she tied it into something that's important to our school, which is not only a one-day celebration of peace, but trying to live it day in, day out. So the fact that Monique took the time to tie that in to her story about adversity was just fantastic. So as moved as I expected to be, it was 10 times more so because of the time she took to do that.
Thank you so much.
Say hello. Say hello, Simone.
Simone.
Yes. Say hi. We got bye-bye down pat. We don't have hi yet. Bye-bye is our first word. Can you say bye-bye? There we go. There we go.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You gonna wave? Bye-bye?
Bye-bye.
There you go. Awesome. Take care.
After every speech, I'm always just in the mode of hoping that, I've inspired the people that are sitting in the audience, no matter who they are. That's my main motive. And so I'm extremely excited, or pretty thankful, that I've been given that platform to, just impact others' lives, and especially the young kids, young teenagers, and elementary, middle, and high school that was in the audience. So I'm excited, and I look forward to the next opportunity to speak. So, yeah. And we're out.